Have you ever had that feeling, that you're on a path that someone else chose for you? Well, today we're digging into a really powerful idea that puts you right back in the driver's seat. We're talking about how to become the architect of your own destiny by training in what's called the mental gym. Our journey starts with this incredible line from a story. Just imagine seeing a sign like that, a simple promise of a good life. It's comforting, right? It's secure. And hey, everyone you know is in that line, so it feels like the safest, most logical place to be. And that's the big question that just kind of hangs in the air, isn't it? I think it's a feeling a lot of us can relate to. We're on a path, we're doing all the things we're supposed to do, but then this quiet voice in the back of our head asks, is this path really leading where I want to go? So that brings us to the first part of our explainer, where we're going to explore this exact problem, the subtle danger of just going with the flow, of following the line without ever stopping to ask why. In the story our source material uses, this line isn't really a choice. It's more like an inheritance. From the time you're a kid, you just join. It guides you from one stage of life to the next with this unspoken promise. Just stay here and everything will be okay. Now, think about how life in this line is described. It's not driven by what you want, by your own inner desires. Nope, it's all dictated by external signals. Bells, clocks, rules, they're all telling you how to behave. And in all that noise, your own voice, your own curiosity, it just starts to fade away. And this is the kicker. This is how the system protects itself. It doesn't like questions. Instead, any challenge to the path is shut down. Be quiet, this is how it's done. It's this obedience that we just sort of inherit, passed down for generations without a second thought. And this quote, man, it just perfectly captures the whole problem. The moment we stop asking questions and just hand over our authority, the path starts deciding for us. We don't just lose our way, we lose the power to choose our way in the first place. But what if there was a place you could go to train yourself to step out of that line? This is where our source material introduces a really powerful alternative. Let's see what happens when the mental gym opens its doors. This question right here is the entire idea behind the mental gym. What if you could consciously design your life? I mean, that's a huge shift from being a passenger to actually becoming the architect of your own reality. Now, to really get this, our source uses this awesome analogy. We all know what a physical gym is for, right? You go there, you train your body, you build strength and resilience. Well, the mental gym applies that exact same principle, but to your mind. So that's the big idea. The mental gym is a training ground for your consciousness, and the goal is to build an unstoppable mind, which when you balance it with a healthy body, leads to a completely aligned spirit. Okay, so a mental gym sounds great, but how does it actually work? How do you train? Let's get into the nitty-gritty of the program. The program's called CaaS, which is short for Consciousness as a Skill Set. And the whole point here is that awareness isn't some vague, mystical thing. No, it's a practical skill, and just like any other skill, you can train it, you can strengthen it, and you can develop it with consistent practice. And you know what? The training starts with something so simple and easy. It all starts with this one number, 5. Just 5 minutes a day. That's it. So the very first exercise in the CaaS program is a 5-minute daily stillness practice. You don't need any complicated rituals or special equipment. It's just you and 5 minutes of quiet. And the instructions couldn't be simpler. You just sit, you notice how you feel, and yeah, thoughts are gonna pop up. That's totally okay. The goal isn't to stop your thoughts, but to simply stop following them down every rabbit hole. You just become the observer. That's it. That's your first rep in the mental gym. Now, when you practice this kind of awareness consistently, wow, it leads to some really deep shifts. This isn't just about feeling a little calmer, it's about fundamentally changing your relationship with reality itself. So take a look at this. It shows the whole journey. See, most of us start from a place of belief. We mentally accept an idea. With practice, that can deepen into faith, which is a trust that goes beyond just evidence. But the ultimate goal is knowing. That's an embodied, unshakable truth that you feel deep in your bones. And this is what it feels like when you get to that state of knowing. It's this deep internal alignment where you're not looking for signs or external permission anymore. You aren't just hoping or wishing. You're moving with this quiet certainty because your inner world and your outer actions are in perfect sync. So this training really gives you a clear path to follow. You start by learning the fundamentals. Then you become what the source calls a pro-human, someone who is a professional at the skill of being human. And from there, you can evolve into an engineer of your inner world. And finally, the architect of your own destiny. So where does all this lead? Well, it's not just a cool idea to think about. According to our source material, it's an invitation. It's a direct call to action.
It's a call to action, a call to rise above the noise, to rise above the inherited obedience of just staying in line. A call to rebuild your reality, not by patching up the old stuff, but by creating something new from your own inner authority. And finally, a call to step into your full power and architect your own destiny. To shift from being someone life just happens to being the person who actually designs it. This is the identity that's waiting for you on the other side of this work. To become a pro-human, someone who doesn't just let life happen, but actively and skillfully designs the exact life they want to live. Whether that means starting a whole new career, learning an incredible new skill set, or just growing into the person you were always meant to be. And we're gonna end with this one last really provocative thought. What if the future isn't something you invent from scratch? What if it's something you remember? The idea that your highest potential isn't out there somewhere, but it's already inside of you, just waiting. So the only real question left is, what will you choose to remember today?